All right, and we're back for another lesson in math. This is going to be day number 106, and this is on quadrilaterals, and it can be found in your Volume 2 math notebook on page 333. Again, day number 106. You'll need your math notebook, a pencil, a whiteboard, and a dry erase marker. If you don't have those, you can use a piece of paper. Just something to get that additional work on. Here we go. Review. Draw a right angle and draw a pair of parallel lines. Pause here, draw those, and then come back to me in a minute. Okay, you're back. So you have drawn, I know you have, because you are all so with it and on it. You guys have been doing a great job on all of these lessons. A right angle. Now bear with me, yours is probably better than mine, but a right angle, something like so. And a pair of parallel lines. Pair meaning two. A pair of parallel lines. They would go on side by side to infinity. They would never cross or touch. A triangle, a quadrilateral, a pentagon, and a hexagon. A triangle has three sides. Tri meaning three. A quadrilateral has four sides. Quad meaning four. A pentagon has five sides. Pent, five. Hex, six. Kind of looks like six. Not really, but X and X. Hexagon, sixagon. That's the way I always remembered it. Hexagon, sixagon. Six sides. Learning objective. Today we will classify quadrilaterals and create a hierarchy. Oh, I like that word, hierarchy. That means ordering them. Standard is 5G3. Essential question. How can you identify and classify quadrilaterals? A quadrilateral has four sides, as we just discussed. Which of the following are considered a quadrilateral? Pause here, answer that question, and come back when you have it. All right, you're back, so you must have answered the question. So let's see. We have A, yes, four sides. C, yes, four sides. D, yes, four sides. E, yes, four sides. F, yes, four sides. G, yes, four sides. I, yes, four sides. Not B, it has five sides. Not A, not H, it has more than four sides. So we're looking for those shapes that have four sides. A blank is a quadrilateral with pairs of adjacent sides. That means sides right next to it that are equal. Which of the following meets this definition? It would be G. Let me hide this. It is G because these two sides are adjacent and they are equal, and these two sides are adjacent and they are equal. Which of the following meets the definition? It is G. And what is that shape? It is a kite. And it kind of looks like a kite. That's why it's called a kite, because a kite is in the shape of a geometrical kite shape. A blank is a quadrilateral with exactly one pair of parallel sides. Which of the following meets this definition? one pair of parallel sides, not two pairs, not like so. That has two pairs. This is a the shape is A, which is a trapezoid. A trapezoid is a quadrilateral with exactly one pair of parallel sides. Which of the following meets this definition? It is A. Draw an example with markings in your notes. Draw an example. Draw a different example. There's one example for you. You could draw it. Basically, you could just do the same thing. You just turn it upside down and draw it. And here are my pair of parallel sides right here. Okay? A blank is a quadrilateral with all lines parallel to another. Which of the following meets this definition? Well, pause it now, take a look, and come back when you have the answer. All right, you're back. So you must have done the work. You must have the answer. And the answer is C, yes, D, yes, E, yes, and I. Yes, these are parallel, these are parallel, these two 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 are parallel, and these two are parallel. And that is the shape of a parallelogram. A parallelogram is a quadrilateral with all lines parallel to another. If you need to write this down somewhere, put it in your math notebook. Make sure you have all this information, all the information we've been covering, you should have written somewhere, the definitions especially, and maybe a few examples. They should be in your math notebook so that you can go back and refer to them. You can go back and pause this and copy as you need to. A blank is a parallelogram with four right angles. Remember, we discussed what a right angle was. Which of the following meets this definition? Pause, answer, come back when you have the answer. All right, you're back. So you should have gotten C and D. 1, 2, 3, 4. Four right angles there. 1, 2, 3, 4. You see how they make the little square in the corner, showing that it is a right angle? So we have 4 and 4. So it is C and D. And what are those called? Those are called rectangles. A rectangle is a parallelogram with four right angles. And again, draw an example with markings in your notes. A blank is a parallelogram with four congruent sides. That means four equal sides. Which of the following meets this definition? Pause it, answer, and come back. All right, you're back. So you should have gotten C and I. C, four equal sides, and I, four equal sides. Interesting. C and I look a little different, but they both meet the criteria. And they are both rhombuses. Draw an example with markings in your notes. All right, we'll go on to the next one. A blank is a parallelogram with four congruent sides and four right angles. Which of the following meets this definition? All right, it's a blank is a parallelogram, two pairs of parallel sides with four equal or congruent sides and four right angles. Which of the following meets this definition? I'll pause it, answer, and come back. All right, so you're back. You must have the answer. And I knew you guys would get C. I knew you would get C. You have been so on it. You are so sharp. You got C, and the shape is a square. Draw an example with markings in your notes. C. Now, quadrilaterals, and this is the hierarchy. A quadrilateral, 4 sides, a parallelogram. Look back at your definitions. Look back at your definitions. Draw this hierarchy out and study those definitions. That's just what we went through, and we got to a square. The square has the most specific set of rules. It is the most specific. Quadrilateral, any shape with 4 sides, and then it gets more specific as you go through each definition until you get to a square, which is the most specific. As you go back through those slides again, you can see how this lays out. Draw this out on a separate piece of paper, and then go back through those slides again, and you can see the relationship again. Let's go back through it real quickly right now. Okay, so we started with a quadrilateral. Then we went to a kite. Then we went to a trapezoid. Then we went to a parallelogram. Then we went to a rectangle. Then we went to a rhombus. And finally we met at a square. Okay, so quadrilaterals, parallelogram, rectangle, rhombus, square, square. Quadrilateral and a kite. So a quadrilateral and a kite, and it ends there. Quadrilateral and a trapezoid, and it ends there. But a quadrilateral, a parallelogram is a quadrilateral. A parallelogram can be a rectangle, or it could be a rhombus, and a rhombus could be a square, or a rectangle could be a square. So go back and look at your chart, go back and look at all those notes describing each one, and then compare it to this hierarchy chart. What are the different ways that we can classify a square? Well, a square, let's go back and look again. A square is a parallelogram, parallel sides, with 4 congruent sides. All sides must be the same length, and 4 right angles. What are the different ways to classify a rhombus? Well, let's go back and look at a rhombus. A rhombus is a parallelogram with 4 equal sides, but it does not require 4 right angles. It could have them, but it is not required to be a rhombus. A rhombus just has to be have 2 pairs of parallel sides, and the 4 sides have to be equal. These 4 sides are all equal or congruent, but there are no right angles, but it is still a rhombus. And finally, we have sometimes, always, or never. A square is always a rectangle. A square is always that's not very good, but it's best I can do. A square is always a rectangle, but a rectangle is not a A rectangle is sometimes. A rectangle is sometimes a square. A rectangle is sometimes a square, and a square is always a rectangle. Okay? So, one more time. A square is always a rectangle, but a rectangle is only sometimes a square. Okay? And that is our lesson for today. Again, it was a pleasure presenting it to you. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was educational for you. And that'll do it. Thanks for your attention. Take care. Goodbye.